Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you're watching this show from. So today, went on. Hey everybody, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. From my name is Progress, and this is Prostoryline. Um, Today is what 4th of February 2026. It is the Lord's Day. God has blessed us to see today, and I'm really happy to witness today. So today we're going to talk about like trending things, all right? Trending topics. Um, you can see this very picture on the screen. Let me get up so that you can see very well. See the picture on the screen, guys. That's the kid over last weekend getting married to that guy seated. A young girl from northern Nigeria getting married. And this child is not up to 10 years, as you can see. I don't think that baby is up to 10 years. If you watch the video, you'll be so disgusted, guys. Disgusted on how the so-called groom. Okay, let's take a look at the third, the down picture. You look at how he looks at that child. Looks at the child in a very lustful, very, I would just call it disgustful manner. He's in love with the child and eventually got married to a child. And what really makes me is that you can see people at the background gathered, adults and big aunts, big uncles. They gather to like celebrate this child getting married. You need to see the video. If you see the video, you'll be like, wow. This is one of too many things that is going on in northern Nigeria and elsewhere where Islam is practiced, so to say. If you want to investigate this girl, like the background she's from, obviously she's going to be from a very poor home. She's going to be from a very poor home, and this is what happens once a child is born into a family that has no education, that has no, that is poor in northern Nigeria. The child is barely set up to 10 years. It was trending over the weekend because we've not seen something like this. I've been hearing of child marriage. I've never seen a child this young getting married. I've never seen a child this young getting married. Like, if you take okay, let's just say, okay, fine, maybe it's the custom of the place, it's acceptable. But what does a 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, or even to 10 years old knows about relationship? Why can't we allow children to be children? Why can't we allow babies to, to enjoy their childhood, to enjoy their play, why can't we just allow them to be children? Why can't we? That's one of the things we're going to talk about today. And another thing is, is it Epstein file? A lot of things happening that shows how the rich, the powerful in our society goes about, committing atrocities, all in the name of, oh, I'm connected, I have the money, I can do whatever I like, without having conscience, because it boils down to conscience. Little kids being taken from their parents and then harassed sexually, abused sexually, and all the abuses are done by grown-up adults. Adults are supposed to be parents, adults are supposed to be protectors, adults are supposed to be leading those children, adults are supposed to be correcting children, are the ones destroying them. It's just very unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So that's another thing we're going to talk about today. And then finally, what else? This body enhancement. Okay, we're going to talk about body enhancement. How much is too much, or how far is too far for body enhancing? There's this post I came across, I even trended it also last week, of a very rich person, a rich man, from a Jewish guy. He has I call it a roots in Israel, that went, a billionaire for that matter, that went to somewhere to do a surgery to enlarge his PP, and unfortunately he died. He didn't make it. So I want to know, I just want to get some views on how much is too much for, surgical or body enhancements. I would like to know that. So for now, you're welcome to the channel, guys. This is Prostoryline, and my name is Progress. First and foremost, I'd like to know where you're watching from. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'd like to know where you're watching from, and then we'll start our discussion. Let me know where you're watching from. If you tune in, just tell me where you're watching from, so we start the discussion, guys. How much is too much for body enhancement or body enhancing? Alright, guys, you're welcome to the channel. This is Prostoryline, and my name is Progress. I'm a streamer from Nigeria, so kindly subscribe, share, and like this live. Alright, today I'm going to talk about child marriage. Before that, I showed a picture of a child that got married over the weekend in upstate in northern Nigeria. That's one of too many, guys. One of too many child marriages, which I stand to condemn. I condemn it in totality because that child doesn't know anything. That child doesn't deserve to be groomed into adulting. It's adulting now. She's not supposed to be grooming to becoming an adult. She's still a very tender child. And then she's not up to 10 years. They did wedding, called it a traditional marriage over the weekend, and she's married to somebody that is up to 25 years or more. That's very sad. You know why? The child actually, during the, if you watch the video clip, I've not like posted it. I've not done whatever I wanted to do with it yet. But if you watch the video clip, you see the child. She's so excited to be married. A child that is less than 10. She's so excited to be married, and people are telling, she's dancing, with the cup to like give the husband drink, and at some point she even reached out to like kiss the husband. A child that is less than 10, she reached out to kiss, and I guess everything she did was as a result of what she has been told to do during the ceremony. And again, if you want to investigate the background of this child, you will realize that she's from a very poor, very poor, very poor home. Very poor home. The outcome of this kind of call it relationship, is always like she's being forced or coerced into getting married that early. And then the guy that takes her home might not be that lucky to, because it has been happening most of the times when you take these kids like this and they to your house and then you want them to perform wife duties on bed. You know how it is now. They can't, and the next thing is to try to run away, and by running away they end up lacing the husband's food with rat poison. It has been happening. It's very common in northern Nigeria. They will lace the husband's food with rat poison, and once the husband eats, that's how he's gonna die. So I don't know why we can't allow children to be children. Alexa Waru says, where did this happen? I mean, which country? In Nigeria. My country. In Nigeria, not in Nigeria. That was last week. Let me put the picture of the girl again so you guys can see. She's very young. She's very tender. And she doesn't deserve to be groomed into being an adult. She's too young for that. She doesn't know nothing. Like, yeah, here. That's the girl I'm talking about, guys. See, the guy is getting married. She's getting married too. Can you see? That's the girl I'm talking about. She's very young. She's less than, I don't think she's up to she's not up to 10 years, obviously. She should be between the age of 5 and 7. That's the husband. So you taking somebody taking this child now as a wife, what do you expect her to do? Because I still know that, as a child, she's going to be exhibit that childly kind of character. What do you expect her to do? I don't know, like, I felt so disgusted with this very video when I saw it. I felt very disgusted. And with the condemnation received, I hope somebody steps in and then save that child. Because what is happening is something that is beyond our control. It's something that she can't have, she doesn't have a say. I know the parents must have told her, do this, do that, so that everything will be fine. You'll be fine, you'll be eating, you'll be living well, but it's not this. Most of the parents that give out their children to early marriages in northern Nigeria, most of them are very poor. the children are from very poor homes. Another thing is that education is a problem with this quality security problem. A state like Niger State is still, the schools are still locked. Children have not returned to school, and when it's like this, the ones that are in the villages will always, especially the poor families, they always, allow their daughters to be married out for benefits, because it's all about benefits. The alhaji, that's the oga that has money, will bring money. Okay, I'm going to take care of your family, I'm going to do this for your family, give me your child. And your child, a child that is barely that young, or barely 10 years old, or maybe 15, 20, 15, they don't get up to that age, you give them out for marriage, or out in marriage. What happens next if the child doesn't live up to the expectation of a wife? It's always disaster, guys. When Alexa says Jesus Christ really very inhuman in a country with over 180 million, you choose a child, crazy, very well, I think this has been influenced by call it the religion, and as well the culture of this particular area. All right, but I think, I feel, and I'm not thinking, I feel, this have been going on for over ages. We are in the 21st century, we are in 2026. Somebody has to like wake up and then enlighten these people, because they don't know what they are doing. All right, they just feel it's the right thing. But if you don't expose somebody to the truth, if people are not exposed to the truth, they keep, committing atrocities thinking it's the right thing. So that's just the problem. Education is the problem in northern Nigeria. I didn't bring that child was to, like, I'm from the south. A child that young in southern Nigeria is in primary school, like is in primary school, maybe primary 3. He has something he's doing with her life. She's going to school, but in the north, because of the insecurity issues, it's really like hampering education, hampering a whole lot, things that should have brought progress or bring progress to the region. And if people are not educated, how would they know? If people are not educated, how do they know what's right or what's wrong? That's the problem. So I did bring this child was to be in the south. She would be in school, and you know, she should finish her school. That's elementary school, and after that, the next phase is going to be the secondary school. But it's not like that in most northern states. It's not like that in most, especially the interior villages. It's not like that. So when it's like that, when there is no access to education, proper education, they tend to like do, okay, you don't have to even go to school, you need to get married because you're a lady, a woman, you have to, like, is that bad? Emil says hi. He's supposed to adopt the child and not marriage. Alex, you need to see the video. I've not posted that video on my this thing yet, on my, call it my video. I've not done a commentary on that video yet. But you need to see the video, how this guy was looking at this guy, like as if he's in love. Like, I don't know if they betrothed the girl, but he looked at the girl, and even the girl was looking like the girl is already exposed to the adult life. The girl was looking like this, and then somehow reach out and then kiss the guy. I was like, hey, is this a child? And obviously, if you ask me, I would say it's what they've taught her, like, probably that's what they groomed her for. So during the marriage, during the ceremony, you have to reach out, you have to act happy. And she's just a child, she doesn't know nothing. I don't think she knows exactly what she's doing. Somebody groomed her. The parents have groomed her, do like this, dance very well, when he reach out and then kiss the guy. And that's exactly what she acted out. Black Medicine says, morning beautiful. Good morning. You're welcome. Guys, please like the live, because no. Make una like the live. Please click on the like, tap your screen and like the live. So that's it. It's crazy, honestly. I don't know. I just hope someday somebody in government will stumble upon my live session. Northern Nigeria needs education. Northern Nigeria needs education. They need to teach them, like, at least up to the secondary level. They need to make it, what do you call, compulsory. Compulsory for Northerners. Honestly, the way of life is quite different. Like, it's quite different. It's quite different. It's quite different from, other regions. Like in the south, your child, oh my god, they people in the south, not that Northerners don't have people that have been schooled. They are very intelligent people, but most of the people that have access to education is the call it the middle class and the rich. What happens to the people in the villages? You go to schools in northern Nigeria, children sit under the tree to learn. The environment is not even conducive for learning. The environment is not even conducive for learning. Somebody showed a school, a primary school, elementary school in Kogi State. It's like a mud house, like a wretched mud house. We have, beautiful mud houses, but it's like a wretched mud house with a touch, a zinc, like, I can't describe, but it's very bad. Guys, it's very bad, like an old mud house that are fallen, the walls are fallen, nobody's taking care of the surrounding, but they have plastic chairs. Somebody, the government or somebody donated plastic chairs. What happens to the building? The environment is not even conducive for these children. What if they come in, if children should come in, let's say school resumes and then they go in for learning, there is that tendency that building might collapse on the kids. Education should be taken very seriously, not in Nigeria. That's what I see. They are good people, but they're only bad because we always say, they're this, nothing as a. If you say they are bad, they are very wonderful people to me, very beautiful people, very straightforward people, but the only thing they lack is education. It has nothing to do with education. It has something to do with common sense. It's not about common sense. It's like being born, Alex, it's like being born into, call it, you're born into a family that practices, call it Christianity. To you, Christianity will be the best of religion, isn't it? Or maybe you're born into a family that practices, call it African traditional religion, like all these libation pouring, all those kind of things, sacrifice kind of worship. You would think is the best thing. So you wouldn't even know it doesn't come in. Not until you have the exposure, not until you're being exposed to options and then you weigh them. That's how I see it. J Gray G says, wish me happy birthday. My name is Gapon. Hi, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. How old are you now? Welcome to the channel. Please like the live. Like the life, we really have to. If you're Nigerian, if you are an African person, please, let's try to, like, discourage, some cultures, like, encourages child marriage. You have to, like, speak out, use your platforms, use your power in your own domain, and then speak against child marriage. It doesn't profit nothing. I don't see what is that child going to do for that man. Nothing. Nothing. I'm still imagining, like, when I saw this video, I imagined, how I imagined that child, when it comes to wife duty as a wife, how do you even sleep with her? How do you, she can't even wash her butt well. I don't know. It's crazy. So please just try, wherever you are, try to discourage child marriage. And if you have to, like, help a child, because the result of it is always from, like, it stems from poverty. It stems from poverty. People that give out their children that young for marriage is always like very poor people. They are helpless and hopeless, and the only hope they have is just to sell their children in the name of marriage to get, a little help. So let's try to discourage that. And then another thing I want to discuss right now is body enhancement. I didn't read the name. I can't remember the name. But there's this billionaire, okay, that went somewhere. Hey, your viewers, Dixie Numerous, asked to check you out. Hi. So welcome to the channel. Please like the live, guys. So this man went to enlarge his what Nigerian calls bola. I don't know if you're from Nigeria, like the sex organ. He's a billionaire. He went to enlarge it. I don't know how small it was, but he went to enlarge it. But unfortunately, the man should be in his maybe 50s, late 50s or maybe 60s. He went to enlarge it, and then unfortunately, he couldn't make it out. He died in the process. So, is it how much is too much that how much is too much for us to like try to like enhance ourselves, our bodies? How much is too much? Because I've seen so many like ladies, they go too far by, if you watch what is it called, this program Botch by Dr. Nassif and Dr. Dubrow. You see ladies coming in, they already have these big chests, they want to like increase the volume. Sometimes the doctors will advise them, it's too much. If you do this again, it might explode. They're like, doctor, no, doctor, I'm gonna go for it. How much is too much for body enhancement? It's high time we start I don't know, some ladies say they do it for men, and some men are like, we love it the natural way, we love it the natural way. I don't know. It's like a bunch of confusion. Everything is just confusing. The lady wants to look good for the guys, and the guys are like, we love you natural. So why do you have to like go under the knife to have big booty, to have a big chest, to some even go as far as removing their ribs. Some go as far as removing their ribs just to have this hourglass figure. How far is too far, guys? And what's the benefit of even doing all these things? Like the man that died, I guess somebody must have thought, oh God, please don't do this. You're already aged. What do you need? Why do you need to enlarge your stuff for? You're already very close to your goal. Why do you have to enlarge it? To please who? Is it your wife or is it your girlfriends? I don't understand. Is that how we start embracing? I just see that um I see that as people that have low self-esteem that does that, like don't really want to appreciate the way God created. I understand it's good to make some corrections, but when it's too much, it's bad. But can you actually correct what God created? Is it possible to correct what God created? I still see that as something that is stemming from low self-esteem. Like you don't love yourself. You just want to please people. You're seeking validations from people. You want to be validated or that you're beautiful. At the end of the day, you're harming yourself. Does it really worth it? Does it worth it? You want to make people feel you look good, or you're so beautiful. You have the nice of booty. You have the beautiful of chest, the most beautiful of chest. At the end of the day, your health is at risk. And if anything goes south, people wouldn't even, will say, yeah, good for you. You want to look hot and all. It doesn't make sense. But the man that died, what is he going to tell God? Like, oh, God, you gave me and then I wanted it to be bigger. To do what? To satisfy who? To please who? It's crazy. So on that note, let's just try it as much as, because most of these surgical procedures are kind of threatening. Let's embrace ourselves. There are other ways of going about it. Instead of hopping on surgical tables, is it not better you exercise, you have a healthy lifestyle by eating well, like balanced diet. Don't be a glutton. Just eat normal. Eat normal. You mustn't. You understand? And what you can't change, just allow it. Anybody that doesn't love you the way you are doesn't deserve you. Anybody that doesn't accept you the way you are, or has a problem with the way you look, should go. It's that simple. She doesn't deserve you. She just leave you alone. All right. So don't try to like change your body into being loved or into being uh, classed as being beautiful, because you're harming yourself. You're not harming anybody. You're harming yourself. Don't change your body to please someone. I've seen girls, oh, my boyfriend. A boyfriend can leave you tomorrow. Even a husband can leave you tomorrow. And then what will you do? What if something goes south during the procedure and it leaves you? What will you do? Is it really worth it? It's not worth it. So let's be very mindful. Okay, let's be very mindful of the how we live. Let's be very mindful on the kind of things that we look for or seek attention for, and the rest. Now, I want to talk about something else. Still something that trended last weekend over here in Nigeria. There's a pastor. I know a lot of people call it cultures embraces tattoo. Uh, like tattoo is a normal thing. Like in America, I think it's a very like over there. It's almost like something that cannot be done without. Every, everybody have tattoos. Hi Canary, how are you? Good morning. Greetings to. How are you? So this pastor, all right, drew. According to him, he said, he drew this tattoo. He's been on in the gospel, or be the ministry thing for some years now, and it's popular in a way. Canary, I'm doing well. I'm fine. So he went to like write 316 on his arm in what Roman numerals 316. Please don't tell me 67. 316. And then when it came, people were like, pastor that is leading a church, very popular pastor. Why would he draw a tattoo? Is that even a Nigerian thing to draw tattoo like that? And it's not like, people started criticizing this man. And the next reply we got was, you know, uh, people are just judgmental, religious people are judgmental. That's what he said. Our Christian brothers are, they're judgmental and this and that. They're worried about tattoo that he drew, and they never cared about that, through his tattoo. Millions have, okay, the gospel have been preached to millions of people because of his tattoo. Wow. From a pastor. And you know how it is in Africa, people tend to like worship pastors more than the real God. They worship pastors more than God. They revere pastors more than God. They fear pastor more than God. So if you are a church leader and then you are thinking worldliness, because I'll call it worldliness, Jesus never needed on his skin to preach the gospel. And you're not going to tell me there was nothing like body inking or body drawing or marking in Jesus' time. There must have been. So Jesus never needed that. So why should you, as a pastor, it's not like they wrote John 3:16 on your arm. They wrote 3:16 and you're referring it to John 3:16 that the gospel have been preached to millions through your car. That's bullshit. And the truth is that this pastor is setting a trend now. Young people are going to find it, oh, it's a new way of life. It's okay to write John 3:16 on your breast as a lady and preach the gospel of Christ. It's okay to write John 3:16 on your breast as a lady, because that's the new trend now. It doesn't see, it's just so unfortunate with all his replies. He's not seeing anything wrong with what he did. I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I still believe that, if you're a Christian, you are like a brand representing Christ. And if you live somehow, especially when you're like in the church, if you live somehow, you are opening doors for people. You're leading people, and people are going to follow you, especially those ones that don't read their Bibles. Like I started the year, I said make sure this year that you read your Bible for yourself and have your understanding, so that somebody will not come and tell you otherwise or lead you astray. I said that early this year when I started my live stream. Make sure you read your Bible for yourself. So if you're a leader and then you do what like this man did, definitely those baby Christians, those ones that are not really strong in faith yet, are going to find it okay. It's okay to draw tattoo. It's okay to to smoke. It's okay to it's okay to do so many things that are against the scriptures. It's okay to do them as far as you're still going to church, as far as you're still praying, as far as you're still praising God. It's okay to do them. After all, God doesn't, that's always the thing, God doesn't look at the outward appearance, it looks at the heart. That's always the conclusion. But they've forgotten that their lifestyle have led others astray. Their lifestyle have caused others to sin. And what does the Bible says about, if your eyes makes you sin, or is it your hand, make sure that you cut it off. That's what the Bible says. So this person is trying to validate as much as he can why he had to have his tattoo. And according to him, his tattoo helped preach the gospel to millions. And the millions is only people that are online. How about the people that are in northern Nigeria, where the villages that have been attacked by bandits, the Christians that are facing persecution? I think most of these people that are brand themselves as pastors, they need to really do their evangelism well. They need to go to such places. And it's also unfortunate when there's this pastor in Plateau State that came out, they buried mass burial and everything. He was crying. It was none of the very popular, the big GOs, and none of them even lend a voice. It was when people started saying, please, oh, look at them, all of them are just keeping quiet. That's when they started talking, started supporting. I'm not even sure they even called that man to say, how are you? How are you doing? How is everything? Is everything going well? I'm very sure. So it's crazy. It's crazy, the world we're living in. Everybody's just introducing false worship into the church, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. On that note, everybody just need to, know your Bible for yourself, read your Bible for yourself, and have an understanding. That's what I would just say, because false doctrine is the order of the day, and people don't really care about the real God anymore. They care about the pastor. They idolize their pastors, and in their own pride and ego, they tend to do as they like. And if you try to say, oh, this is wrong, they try to bring all sort of form words to like justify that they're not wrong. That's okay. That's by the way. Canary, I was talking about child marriage. I don't know. Let me show you again. So this like won't be long. Maybe 1 hour. Let me show you again. Canary. This child that got married over the weekend in Nigeria. She got married over the weekend in Nigeria to that guy there. That's the husband. She's the wife. So Canary, what do you think about this? What do you think? What do you think about this, please? And this is the husband. She's less than 10. She's not up to 10 years. She's less than 10 years. She should be like maybe 6. Oh, God forbid. My baby Jesus. God forbid. My child. Oh, my God. She's less than 10. You need to see the video. I'll send you. I tried sending you. I don't know what happened. The child was dancing. She was so excited that she's getting married. The cup that you're seeing there is the cup she used to like. There's this kind of tradition of after acceptance kind of, you have to like give your husband during the ceremony drink, and your husband will drink and be and then he will equally give you. So this child did. That's the cup. And you need to see how, look at how the guy is looking at the girl, and that guy shouldn't be less than 25 years old. Shouldn't be less than 25. So Canary, what's your take on this kind of a thing? What do you think should be done to stop it? My initial reaction is that it's awful. Of course it is. I was very disgusted. I said this child at some point went to like kiss the guy. I was like, who taught her? Ooh, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, she hasn't reached puberty yet. I'm telling you, she really acted like a very grown up woman. Like she acted like an adult that day. A day of marriage. She danced, people were cheering her. I know that's what she's been told to do. She danced. After dancing, she gave the guy drink to drink, and after, the guy was just looking at her like this. And then before she just reached out and then kissed the guy in front of everybody. I said, this one no be pikin, no. They really groomed her. They really groomed her. And I don't blame her because she doesn't even know what she's doing. She doesn't know what she's doing. Perhaps she's from a very poor home, because that's what happened. Today, you hardly see all these rich northerners giving out their children that young for marriage. They're always like in their early 20s when they get married. But you see those ones from very poor homes. They will always give them out in marriage, at this young age. This one I've really garnered, call it condemnation online. And it's I pray, wherever, I don't know which state in northern Nigeria this happened, but I'm praying, let the, what they call it, Ministry of Women Affairs look into it, and then rescue this child, because she needs rescue. She can't give birth, she's too young. That means probably in her first period, when she has her own first period, she will just be pregnant. Kai, no, God, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. I was saying earlier that the problem, I've been a little bit in northern Nigeria. The problem I see is a lack of education. Lack of education. These people are not that exposed educationally, and I pray. I don't know. I pray somebody will just tell me they should do something about education in northern Nigeria, especially the rural areas. another aspect that may not be well understood. Under Sharia, divorce is relatively easy and is acceptable, which changes the dynamic. With a child, with a child, canary with a child. This one would not even have. I don't think she would have. She would have a say in that relationship. It's her parents that will be her mouthpiece. That's number one. That's what I feel, and that's what I know. That's what I know. She doesn't have a say in this relationship. It's the parents that are her mouthpiece. You see, not with a child. Yeah, because if she was like maybe 17, I would just understand, but not with this young baby. She's still a very young child, and I'm still imagining how this guy is going to take this child to his bed, and then do the wife thing or be husband and wife thing. How are you gonna do it? Like, how do you even sleep with a child? How? I say hi, my friend. I'm from Brazil. I love your skin. Thank you, Farias. Please like the live, guys. Let me close the door. So, Canary, I told you the other time about, like the main problem I see, that is behind all these things, all this early marriage is just education. Like I said, if children, there's the system of education in Nigeria is 6 3 3 4. That's 6 years in primary school or elementary school, and then 3 years in junior high, 3 years in senior high, and then 4 years in the university. That's the system of education we operate here. Most children in the South run at least they have up to call it the first 12 years of their lives is in school. They finish the school, but it's not the same. It's not the same. What they do is either they venture into farming, and coupled with this insecurity thing, it's really very hard for children to go to school. Like in Niger State currently, because of one thing that happened, kidnapping stuff that happened, they kidnapped some children, I think from Maga school or so, some months back. Till now, children are still at home doing nothing. Doing nothing. So education is really a problem, because had it been this child was to have something doing, something that is keeping her busy from home educationally, maybe she's going to school, when she comes back she will maybe return to the farm, and she has something going on for her personally, I don't think they would have introduced her into this early marriage. I don't think they should have. But because there's nothing other than stay in the house, and she's a girl child, that's why she's being given out. Who is this? Day 1991. Please don't do that again. That's why she's okay. I think we have somebody from here. Omar, say hi, sunshine. Hi, Omar. You're welcome. Canary says, but generally the first marriage is determined by the parents. Afterwards, the lady can decide. Yeah, she can't decide. That's if the relationship doesn't go down well with her. But what if she eventually enjoys the whole thing? She might just choose to stay. Omar, hey, yellow bird. Okay, Omar. My canary. Omar says, yes, I'm good. Okay, they're talking. All right, that's it, guys. Question, go ahead, Omar. Canary, I know you want me to talk about this one. Is it Jeffrey Epstein? The Epstein, I've seen a lot. Like, I don't know. I don't even know where to start from with that. I've seen a lot. But there's nothing new anyway. The only thing that is new is that these people, did their shit with children. They did it with children. But one thing for sure is that people in power, people that are the extremely rich people, are full of shit. They are full of shit. They are full of shit. That's what they do. It's just unfortunate. These ones, I don't know where their conscience are. Probably they dine with the devil. Honestly, they dine with the devil. For how do you do that? Oh God. When I see an adult, having, call it, sexual encounter with a kid, I'm always like wondering, like, what's the attraction? What attracts you to a child? Like, how do you do it? How do you do it? Like, I always see children to be very fragile, like, very, whether it's a boy, girl, I see them as very fragile being, um, that needs to be nurtured, that needs to be cared for. That's how I see them. Whether they are poor or rich, that's how I see children. But for a man to remove and then do that to children, I don't understand. I'm trying to understand. I've seen a lot. There's this I've seen a lot. I don't even know where to start. A lot. And your president is saying that he has never been to the Epstein Island, his private island. He hasn't been there. There's this guy called what's his name? Something Noah, the South African American guy that hosted Grammys. So he made a joke out of the Epstein thing and then mentioned Trump. Trump says he's going to sue him. That's why you have such a mouth anyway. Henry says, just send love. Don't take anything personal. I don't take anything personal. Are you from Wakanda? Where is Wakanda? I don't know where Wakanda is. Watching from Barbados. Okay, good to see you. Um, Ken Rick Bourne watching from. How is Barbados? Rihanna's country. How is the place? So Canary, I've seen a lot. I don't know where to start from with that Epstein file release. So many things to talk about, but I don't know where to start. It's just about that's what rich people do. Yeah. Eh? Okay. Okay, Keith. That's what rich people do. Even over here, they do the same thing. There's a video of one of our senators trending, busy with a young girl of about 17 or there about 18 years old. An old senator that is more than 60 or close to 60 years is the one. They're going after you. I don't know their trash. Why can't men just go after their age mates, like people that are within their age bracket? What's up, men? Men that are here should tell me what's up. What's the attraction with people that are way too young, like people that's supposed to be your grandchildren? You're like molesting them, you're going after them. Why should you do that, man? Did you hear what Epstein said about Africa? No, I didn't hear that one. What did he say? Something should be fair game. Something should be fair game. Canary. I think if you are 50 years old, all right, or you are like 40 something, you shouldn't have any dealing with somebody that's a teenager. No. If you are 60, you shouldn't deal with somebody that's a teenager. No. I don't find that call it, I don't know, the match. I don't find it okay. You should look for somebody that is well mature, maybe close to your age, or maybe 10 years lesser than your age, or even 12. But going for you're like 60, or going for somebody that is like you're like 40 years older than, doesn't make sense to me. And I know by that time of your life, this person is going to be kind of vulnerable, maybe financially, and you're going to use okay, I'm going to help you, I'll buy you a house, I'll buy you a car, because by that time you're already established as a man. But that's how you're already established as a man. Okay, maybe you've made a lot of money. You want to use that your money to blind her, and by that time she's looking up to, oh, I want to be like this. You're abusing her. That's an abuse, guys. I feel it's an abuse. abusing her because she doesn't have what it takes at the particular moment, and you have it, and you're not considering the age factor, the differences, which is very wide. It's just okay, I'm gonna use my money because it's not even loving. Not that you love her, you want to use money to spoil her, and because she wants your money, then okay. Never a fair exchange. It's not. I don't think it is. It's not. It's not a fair exchange if you ask me. If you are 40, if you're in your 60, I think you should be rolling with a girl that is in her 40s or maybe late 30s. Yes. If you're in your 60s, you should be rolling, like, going out with a girl that is in her 40s or in her late 30s. I think if you're 50, maybe a girl in her early 30s, you understand? I don't know. That's my own opinion. That's what I feel should be. But I don't know why men, like older men, they go for small children. Obviously, you want to use her. You want to spoil her with your money, and that's not love. Oh, Revindra says, where am I from? I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Africa. Let's start for your fresh action. Let's start for your fresh action. I get. Canary, I get you. But I don't like it, really. I don't feel it's kind of honorable. Like, it's not honorable to me. A guy should be with a lady who is half the age plus 7. Who made that formula? Who manufactured this formula you just gave me? Hello from Bosnia. Hi, love Bosnia. You're welcome to the channel. Please like. How is your country? How is Bosnia? You do it. You don't feel it's a fair exchange. I don't feel it's a fair exchange, honestly. I feel it should be like 10 years less. If a guy wants to, like, if you want to, like, at max, it should be 10 years. Or at max 12 years. Anything beyond 12, or more, now your grandpapa you date, so you're going out with your grandpa. Because before you know it, the guy is going to die and leave you. Let's say if it was in a marital relationship. Before you know, the man will die and then leave you, and you become a widow. So I wouldn't even encourage. If I have a daughter today, I wouldn't encourage my child to be rolling with somebody that is way too older than her. It should be like maybe 5 years difference, or 10, or high at max, like I said, 12. The truth still remains, Canary, that most of the people, all these men, big men, rich men, because a poor man cannot go for a young girl. It's always rich men that go for young girls, because they want their body, and the girls too, they want their houses and money. It's not love. It's not love. So I don't think it should be encouraged. It's not love. If you marry them before you know they are dead. There's this Igbo Anambra man that I should know Anambra. There's an Igbo man that got married to the girl. The girl was about, I think she was 26. The man was around already in his 50s. They got married, I think, early maybe 2011, so between 2011 and 13. The man is a billionaire, like very, very rich. The girl got married to the man. Yes. The girl got married. You know what this man did? Because the man already had a wife. I think he was a widower at the time before he got married to this girl. So they already had grown up children. What he did was to will every single dime. Is it for charity or to his children? Like, he didn't will anything to this young girl. Because to him, he said pop and plain that the girl married him for his money. And that's the truth. The girl came for the money, not because he loved. He wasn't even in a good shape. This one I'm talking about. He's tall and very fat like Big Show. So he wasn't even in a very good shape, physically. So obviously the girl married for money. So the man, being a very smart business person, didn't will anything for the girl. It was after when he died that they disclosed the will. This girl wasn't even in the picture of the will. And the dream of being a, a rich woman didn't come true for her. He used her, which is not. And even in that marriage, she gave birth to some babies for the man. He used her. So me, I don't like that age gap, like extreme age gap relationship. It should be like 10, 12, 5. That's okay. For young fresh action, I don't know. Young fresh action, you can still get. I think they said that the older a woman is, the sweeter she is. So which one is young fresh action? That's what some guys used to say. The older she is, the sweeter she is. I don't know how true. So I don't know. Have you guys watched Melania, the documentary? Have you guys watched that? What's going on with Melania? What's the outcome? Is it successful? I've not even kind of checked it out. I've not watched it. I don't know if they have it here in cinemas in Nigeria. Men can be shallow. Obviously, like they can be. Can be. Men can be very, very shallow. That's what happens to that girl. Seriously, and it was all over the news. What wanted? Similar is waste of time. Really, I know some people have watched it. I'm really. I know that is what is happening to Melania. It would have been a very beautiful thing to watch, but because of how the policies the husband is making, is really making people angry. So it's just everything. The failure of it is stemming from sentiments of people that are supposed to be watching it. It's crazy, but it's okay. Another time will come. Maybe some other time. That's just a debut of acting. Maybe next time she's gonna be better. She's gonna be better. That's just that. Can what's your view? There's this part. I think at this um went viral and people are like your perception about tattoo drawing as a Christian. What do you think it is? What is your view about it? Mark Lazania says, am I from you? No, I'm not from Uganda. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian, Mark. So, Canary, what's your take on tattoo drawing as a Christian? And even being a church leader and you're drawing a tattoo, what the man said was like, was that he drew his tattoo, that he drew John 3:16. I didn't see any John, it's just 3:16 in Roman numerals. Drew his tattoo that the gospel of Jesus, which is John 3:16, have been preached to many. Tattoos aren't really my thing. But do you think it's okay for a Christian to have tattoo, let alone a church leader? Do you think it's okay? Trash stupid. Hi. Okay, ask me. Ask me. Good evening from India. Oh, it's already evening over there. Good to see you. Ishan. Ishan Live. Good to see you. I don't know, like honestly. because when people were like condemning what it was happening, why would a church, because you're like a pastor and you're very popular in your church, like your church, you have thousands of members, and then you're drawing tattoo to mark your 50th birthday. Does that make sense? I mean, I used to think, or I've always been believing that age comes with wisdom. Once you, especially when you clock like 40, 50, you should behave well. You shouldn't, like, you should be very conscious of the kind of things you do. Mark Leslie said, why did, I don't know, maybe he's trashy. That's why he said, I don't know why he says trash. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Mark, I don't know why he said trash. So I've always been believing that age comes with wisdom. So if you reach a particular age, like 40, 50, 60, you should like be a little bit conscious of what you do. That's for me. I don't know about others. You should be a little bit conscious of what you're doing, because the next thing you hear, look at you at your age, especially in our side. That's what we say. At your age, look at what you're doing, and it's embarrassing now. So this person just came and then drew. He said he's marking his 50th birthday, blah blah, and then put this thing, call attention on himself. And the people in the Christian, because it's not our thing in Nigeria, we don't draw a cartoon. Like, personally, if I see somebody with tattoo, all right. Personally, if I see somebody with tattoo on their hands or any part of their body, there's this kind of, I'll just see you as somebody that, even if you're a Christian, I'll see you like, oh, once upon a time, this one was good, like worldly, like, don't chop life too much. Do you understand? I will see you like somebody that have been too extremely exposed. And if you ask, like, interview Nigerians like me, they will say almost similar thing. They will see you like, it gives this kind of vibe, oh, you're a bad person. So for you to draw whatever you drew, and then you're saying, when they castigated you, like the people are condemning what you did, you're a pastor, you're not supposed to, you're setting a trend for your church members, you're leading people astray, you're coming out to say, that people didn't even notice that they are condemning, and they didn't focus on the gospel preach, that you ended up, your tattoo ended up preaching John 3:16 to millions of people. Did Jesus need ink on his body to preach to people that didn't know him? No. Or is it that during his time there was nothing like body marking? I guess there was. I guess there was. So I don't know. Currently, I don't know if it's actually the one that is saying that, but it's like, because of the condemnation, the amount of condemnation that it's receiving, it's like that it doesn't even care, that people should learn that, the world have really changed. We're not in the, the old ages, or, that things have really changed. The young people embrace these things. Must you bring it to the church? and and the canary, there are some people too in his folk, this thing is like a cult in Nigeria. Most of they behave like if they're in a cult. They don't want to say, you're not supposed to condemn, because maybe people from the Islamic call it religion, don't condemn each other publicly according to them. You don't have to condemn. You have to rebuke the devil and he flees. There are some pastors that are trying to justify why he had to do that tattoo is not a sin. But Leviticus, is it 19 or 28:19 says you shouldn't do that. It's the same people that says you should pay your tithes. And okay, some people are like, oh, Leviticus is an Old Testament. And it's the same set of caliber of people that will tell you pay your tithes, which is also in the Old Testament. So if you tell people to pay your tithes, give offerings, and do everything that is, that will enhance your church growth, that is from the Old Testament, you should equally keep to the rules and the laws of the Old Testament. You shouldn't say, Jesus came and then abolished the old law. No, I won't agree with that. The Bible is like a guiding principle for Christians. The Bible is a guiding principle for Christians. You don't make selective kind of obedience. You do full obedience to every single word. If you're a Christian, you have to like both Old and the New Testament. Like you should marry them together. Whatever God says, don't do, do not do. Like in Exodus, the Ten Commandments is being written down. You have to like. I'm going to read. Please let me just finish. You have to like we keep the old call it the commandments to thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not. We keep them. So the body inking thing, the drawing, to maybe to reverse somebody that is dead or blah blah blah, is part of the oath. You should equally keep them. If you're keeping one of the laws, you should keep everything, and not tell us that Jesus came and died and no. Okay. Clary says that's the person is misguided. Absolutely. Babalola says, hi Babalola. It's been a long time. Where have you been? Looking amazing. Thank you. Gummy music. Hi. Uh, I'm not pastor. I'm cardinal. Really? Jesus love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Cardinal. What's the difference? I don't know what that is. Cardinal. Is it in the Catholic Church? Sounds Catholic. Kash Kashivaran says, I'm Indian. Oh, good to see you. You're welcome to the channel, Kash. You're welcome. Hi, it's India. Read my comments. I'm reading. Those are the comments I've read. If I don't read any of your comments, just know YouTube hit them. So that's it. And now, after that, I've seen a girl going to the they call it a tattoo studio to draw Ezekiel something something on her chest. Share the gospel he wants to be preached using her body. People have started drawing, quoting Bible portions on their body parts using ink. And that is the new trend a leader of a church is setting. And it's so cool with it. It's using words to try to justify that he had to do what he had to do. You didn't read the important documents. Which one is the important document, please? Mr. Ma, which one is it? Sending love from sending love from Epstein Island. I rebuke you. No, we don't need Epstein. Come on now. We don't need people from Epstein Island. They are not good people. They dine with the devil. People from Epstein are not good people. They are child molesters. We don't need them. Funny. Oh, important comment. Please, if I've not read your comment, that means it's hidden. I can't see them. So you have to like put it back. Canary, what's your take on this pastor trying to justify why he has to? Do you think because okay, let me bring this up anyway. In Nigeria, call it traditionally, there are some other parts like I've seen older women in there's a place I went to work in Niger State. I saw an older woman. She decorated her body with tattoo, and those symbolizes something. Like she inked her body, local tattoo, traditional kind of tattoo. I didn't ask her because she doesn't speak English. I wanted to ask her. I was curious about it. I wanted her to explain what it was meant for. But I couldn't converse with her because she doesn't speak English. She doesn't understand sing. Keep in mind, many pastors are scammers. That's what I said. Because the after that, it was like people should come to for Thanksgiving that evening. That Thanksgiving, definitely when everybody gets there, they're going to do fundraising, isn't it? You're going to put offering. They're going to do one project for part. It's crazy. It's crazy, and people don't see it from that angle. They don't see it from that angle. I'll just tell people, make sure that you read your Bible. Seriously, the way the church is going in this generation, the way it is going, If you're not strong in faith, if you don't know your Bible for yourself, if you don't read it and understand, with the help of the Holy Spirit, you're going to see shit and you're going to be led astray. So you have to know it for yourself, for your own good. You have to know it. Imagine a pastor opening his mouth to say, Jesus didn't whine with the poor, like didn't associate himself with the poor. So what's gonna happen to the poor people around us? We shouldn't help them. We shouldn't mingle with them. We should like neglect them. All because I pastor. Because Nigerians and Africans as a whole, we tend to like respect what a pastor says, what the church leader says, much more than what the Bible says. It's a problem, a very big one. Mark, please. I can't see any of your comments. The comments that I've read are the ones that I can see. It's a problem on YouTube's live stream like this. It happens not just to you, to others. So if any of your comments is not read yet, just know that I have not seen it. You have to retype, please. I'm sorry. Mark says, why don't you read my comments? Mr. Demoner says, Lord, I like that pastor now, real hustler. Wow, hellfire will be seriously. Hellfire will be full. I always say, with the kind of things they do, you come and build this, come and do that, as if they're not gonna depart this world. As if they're not going to depart this world. They amass a great deal of wealth to themselves. They do this one, they do that one, call for billions. They want to build the biggest of church. They want to do this, they want to do that. They want, dress fine. As if nobody's going to leave this world again. So if you enjoy all these beautiful things on earth, why should you even look for heaven? You should just forget about heaven because it's not for everybody. So I think that heaven is going to be for the very poor. It's going to be for the poor people. That's what I always feel. Like if you enjoy all this wealthiness, like riches, every Sunday you go home with that. Like you're not even using this money. The one that pains me is that they don't even use this money properly for welfare. Welfare even for the members that are making these donations. They don't do it. Most don't do it. If you have a better like big problem like this and then you go to pastor, you hear, don't worry, God will settle you. Kneel down, let me pray for you. But this problem needs money. This problem needs maybe money. Maybe it could be money for medical treatment. It could be money for, they will be praying for you, lay hand on you, bashing what I didn't even know. And some will even ask you for money. Bring money, let's do this, we have to do this, and at the end of the day, nothing. They've enjoyed their lives, so for real, they really enjoyed their lives here on land. I don't think heaven is for them. Most of them. Most that we know. They really enjoyed their lives. So Mark, if I've not read your comment, please just send it again. I can't see no comments. All right. I'm not seeing any comment from you. That's how I've not read. Meanwhile, there's this other man, Canary. You remember Doris and Pastor, what's his name? Okafor. Is it Prophet Okafor? Prasanta Saha says, hi, I'm new. Hi. Please like the live. He said, can I address you as Miss Dark and Lovely? Oh. I'm blushing. Thank you. Just address me with progress. That's my name. Yes, Doris and Okafor. Yes, they're back. Oh, the man stepped down. I think he said, with everything that is going on, ever since, they did their marriage, he hasn't gone on honeymoon, he hasn't taken the wife on honeymoon. So, with all the brouhaha that was going on in the church, they stepping aside and then travel on honeymoon. I could say they travel out or something. Now he's back. When he came back, everybody was just so happy. Nigerians now, they love pasta, so everybody's just so happy. Doris set camera again, no. Doris set camera again, and they started doing her. I don't know if she's having mental issues. I don't know. She started behaving as if, I think at this point she has done enough. Like, she has really exposed this man for who he is or truly is. You should just wrap it up. I'm tired of the drama. She should wrap it up. What's the point? I don't know. Is it that people had a blood covenant? You smoke his blood, and they say, I'll never leave you alone. Come on now, Doris. Doris needs to give it up. I'm tired. She said immediately this man came. All this while we've not been hearing about Doris. So immediately this man came back from his honeymoon, and then last Sunday now, 2 days ago, and they went to church. Doris set camera the next moment. I started doing as if he took some hard drugs, and the thing is disturbing her. Hapana. People should be careful of women or men out there. Be very careful of women. There are some women that will drag you to hell and back. Like, they must get it at all means what they want. Be very, very, very careful of some women. Oh, Cody No World says, streaming your life from Jamaica. Stay blessed. Beautiful. Thank you, Code. I'm so happy to have you over here. I'm from Nigeria. You're welcome to the channel. Please like the live. Please like the live. And how is Jamaica? How is Jamaica? Um, Meanwhile, current here we're having the weather is getting hot and hot and hot. I don't know, like very hot, very very hot. I don't know about others if they're experiencing the same thing in their own places. Extreme weather. What's the weather condition over there in New York today? Is it still very cold? Clara, you still with us, so you're gone. Oh God. Who's calling me? Wow. Things are getting expensive. Oh Jesus, I wish I bought it before now. It's okay. Wow, wow. Oh, guess you're welcome to the channel. If you're just tuning in, this is Prostoryline. Make sure you subscribe, share, and like this. Like, I'm from Nigeria, and I'm streaming from Nigeria. Um, I talked about earlier about a number of things, child marriage in Nigeria, which I strongly condemn. Pastor drawing, things that trended last week, that's what I discussed in Nigeria. Things that trended in Nigeria last week, that's what I discussed. The Epstein file thing released. I can't even comment on that. It's way too much. I don't know where to start. It's way too much. Somebody just said it's greeting me from Epstein Island. I don't want that greeting. People from there from hellfire. So I don't want that. A lot. But let me just say a little thing about the Epstein, right? I think most of the people that are being captured, this is my own kind of, this is my opinion. I think most of the people that are being captured on the photos, on the video clips, some of them are not kind of, call it fellow culprits, people that did the same thing. Maybe they must have made this man on, like, maybe come and do this for me, come and do that for me kind of situation, but not on a bad way, or in a bad way. How do I put this in English so that you understand? Like, what I'm trying to say is, it's just like, for instance, I can see somebody on the street, or somebody that is very popular, somebody that is rich, and then I saw him. I said, hey, maybe stand and then greet him. Somebody would capture my picture with him. That doesn't necessarily mean that I know exactly what this person is doing in secret or privately. I know what he's been doing, in the dark. The fact that I stand with him to take a picture, or I even associate with him, doesn't validate the point that I know what he does behind the scene. I may just see somebody and accept the person by what I see the person, openly do. And that doesn't mean that I should be condemned as well, because the person have this secret part of his, and simply because I was captured on his, in a picture that probably I stood with him, I shouldn't be condemned because of him. That's what I want to say. I know there are a lot of people, lots and lots of people that have been affected. When things like this come up, people will always judge you based on, oh, they saw you with Epstein, and nobody want to care about what did you do with Epstein. Why were you there? Why were you on that picture? Nobody cares about that. So I don't want to believe that most of the people that that were on the picture were really, they knew exactly what this man was into. I don't think so. And for people that allow their children, they should know their. I always say this: if I have a child today, I'm responsible for my child till he turns 18, isn't it? So if you have a child and then release your child to go to such places, you as a parent needs to be blamed for it. Your child shouldn't blame whoever that is, you know, taking advantage of her or him alone. You should also equally blame the parents for giving access to that person to trash the child the way he does or he did. That's how I always see life. Like, you can't just blame one person. Oh, you're a bad person, you're a criminal, when there were people that aided him to be a criminal. There were people that aided him. I even want to talk about the Epstein thing again, the release. Obviously, it's what rich people do. It's just that once you are caught, that's when you're the criminal. This is what people do all over the world. Like, this is what they do. The rich, the powerful, the well connected in our society, in Africa, in every continent of the world. This is what they do. This is what they do. So, am I surprised? I'm not. I'm not. the only surprise or the only shock that I have is that why would it be children? And why would parents allow their children to be introduced into such things? Why? That's all I have to say. As for Donald Trump, I don't know anything. I don't know. The man said he never went to his to Epstein Island. He has never been there. At some point, as a matter of fact, there's this other version of story I heard. They said there's this man that that's tackling Melania. As a matter of fact, Melania sued the man, and the man counter sued her, something like that. So the man came and then told us when how about Gail Bates? Oh, I'm coming, please. I'm coming. I wanted to say when Epstein and Donald Trump had a fallout, like decided to like part ways. That's the what happened. According to the story, according to this man, he said that Donald Trump was Epstein's friend. They were very close. They party together. They do a lot of things together in their private homes. So one of those days, Epstein called Donald Trump that there's this estate he wants to buy about $30 million. You should come and help him check. You should come and see it. Come and probably come and come. Let me have your own views. Or is it worth the money? That kind of a thing. So he took Donald to that place, and Donald, being a business and smart guy, I don't know what he told Epstein. Probably asked him to maybe hold on a little. Let him make a little findings about the home, and before you know it, I think the home was in Palm Beach, Florida. Before you know it, this mansion that I'm talking about was in Palm Beach, Florida. Before you know it, they said Donald Trump made a contact with somebody in Russia, one Russian billionaire, because he didn't have the money at the time, the 30 million. He made the contact with that billionaire and then asked for 40 million. That's how Donald went behind Epstein and then bought the house for 40 million. The house that was given out for 30. And then Epstein called Donald to come and inspect, probably give his own views, if it's worth or something like that. We friends do that. If you want to buy properties, they do that. Come and check out this house. If worth it, come and give me your take on it. And then Donald went behind and then brought somebody buy the house for himself after buying the house, and then resold it, put it in the market, sold it for 90 million. So Epstein, on finding out what Donald just did, that's how they caught, like they became like this. They break off, they had a face off since that time. So that's just it. I don't know. I don't know much about. I'm not an American. I don't know anything about how true. When things come out like this, people will always have so many stories, condemning stories, because somebody's been caught in the act, even when some of the stories are not true. I'm not defending anybody, but obviously this is what the rich and powerful people do. So I'm not surprised. That's just my take. Canary says, did the parents allow? Obviously, if how do children that are being under your care leave home without your consent? How can I have a child, my baby that is like maybe 13 years old or 8 years old, that is living under my roof? I'm the one feeding, taking care of him or her. How would he live without me having knowledge that he left the house? How will he leave the house when I don't have knowledge that he left the house? That would make me a terrible mom if my child should leave the house and I'm not aware. That means I'm not even worthy to be a mom. So the parents should be blamed. And I guess they allowed it. Or if at all, maybe, I don't know how they used to recruit the children, but if at all, I don't know. If they were sex trafficked. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't even think. I don't want to go into it so deep. I said I should talk about Bill Gates. I heard about this part that Bill Gates approached Epstein, that he had an affair, which has been cheating on the wife, and then decided Epstein should help him procure some antibiotics, as to cure that he infected the wife with STD, something like that. Should help him purchase that. He doesn't want the wife to know, so they can put it in the drink. But all these things, how? I don't know. How do you guys do this? So they can put it in the drink. He doesn't want the wife to know that she has it, but he wants a cure for the wife so that the wife wouldn't find out. And he wants the Epstein guy to purchase the drugs for him so that he can put it in the wife's drink. Those are the things rich people do. They do a lot of nonsense. So I'm not surprised. I'm only maybe surprised because the Epstein thing is all about, child trafficking and molestation, which is really bad. But say call it sex industry, is what the sex and the drug industry of this world is being run by the very rich, the people in power, the people that are well connected, the people that make policies that affect the common people in this world. So it's what they do, and it's what they know they do, and knows how best to do. I'm not surprised. So that's just Canary. That's all I know about Epstein. I don't even want to. The thing is too numerous, too plenty, too plenty, too plenty. So for the kids, I always blame the parents. You should be a good parent. Protect your children. Some parties are not, especially if they come back, and then you should be very watchful of your kids. If they go out and then they come back and then you see this kind of calling in body language, you should sit your you have a relation, you should have equally have a relationship that your child can't tell you anything. You shouldn't make your children afraid when you're around. You should, you know have a relationship that is very friendly, very warm, that your child can, even if the worst thing happens to your child, she or he can always open up. Mom, this is what happened to me. Dad, this is what happened to me. So that you know how to tackle it, because in the long run it's going to affect that child, even up to adulthood. So that's it. If those parents allow their children to go to Epstein Island, or for whatever thing they went for, and they never noticed anything throughout this time, only for the children to come out, just like in the PDD case, come out to say, I did this to me, did that to me. You should equally blame your dad, you should equally blame your mom, you should equally blame your guardian, whoever you lived with, that allowed you have access to such places. That's my own. You shouldn't just focus on the person that is being stoned. Equally stone your parents too. So that's for me. That is that for me. Odipo Meshak. I don't know. Can I, that's for me, on a Epstein. It's not if the is the industry, the rich and the very powerful run. Sex industry, drug industry, everything. Everything you can think of. That's what they do. Martin Hubertus from Germany. Hi, Martin. Please like the live. You're welcome. Which parts of Germany are you watching from? Which part of Germany? Munich. Where? You're welcome. Which part of Germany are you watching from? You're not telling me. Okay, that's that for today, guys. I can't even imagine. We're already on the 4th of February. Mitiosin says, any tips for me to fall asleep? Okay. Sleeplessness, what they call it again? What's that? What's the name? What's the native medical name for sleep? Any tips for you to sleep? Just have a you need a stop worrying. I think worries really create that atmosphere for sleeplessness. Do not worry yourself. Insemination. What do you want to inseminate? Are you seeing these people? It's insemination. Is it artificial or natural insemination? What's that? Please stop it, Joe. Just have like, don't worry yourself. Don't worry much. Things you can't control, stop worrying yourself about, and then try as much as you can to be happy. Then you will be able. Insomnia, exactly. Insomnia, that's the word. Insomnia. Try to relax your mind. Try not to worry. That's the most basic thing. If you worry, that's when you always have sleepless nights, sleeplessness. You eat ways, drink a lot of water, and make sure that you. Another thing I noticed for me is phone. Pressing a phone, like it's 9 o'clock is still on your phone, 10 o'clock is p.m. you're still on your phone, 11, 12. Your body will get in tune to that kind of settings. Like your body will just start embracing what you're training your body for. If you stay awake using phones till that time, or your computers, honestly, you start experiencing all of that. Yes, thank you for remembering water. Honestly, water is life. Drink lots and lots of water. Not just for anything, for your skin, everything. Water is very essential for everything about the human body. Everything, your internal organs, your external. Drink water. Water is really good. All right, please drink lots. Like personally, I drink like almost 5 liters of water a day. People do. I drink a lot. It's coupled with it's due to the environment that I'm in. It's always very hot, so I have to like drink. Mark Lazia say, are you agree to visit us in the church to give you tattoo? I've never. I don't like tattoo, but I don't condemn people that have tattoos. Okay, I don't like tattoo, and I don't condemn people that have tattoo. If I should happen to know somebody that already had tattoo, well, I'll accept you like that. But having more, I would advise you not to, because number one, you're exposing your skin to dangers, cancer, contamination. People never care for one day to ask, where do the tattoo ink come from? Find out for yourself, guys. Find out for yourself, where do tattoo ink come from, or what is it made of? What is it made of? Find out for yourself. I'm not gonna talk on that today. So I don't like tattoos. I don't have tattoo on my skin. I don't think I will have it. I don't think I will. I'll never have it. So that's it. Matthewson says, thank you so much. I'm gonna fall asleep. All right, please do. Don't worry yourself. Things you can't change. Stop worrying yourself over. If you're Christian or whatever you worship, pray. Free yourself of all worries. What do you drink? I drink water mostly. I stopped taking soda. I drink water. I drink water a lot. Mark says his tattoo is in a very special place. Good for you. Good for you. It's a holy ink. Okay, just find out. I'm not joking, Mark. Find out what tattoo ink is made of. Find out where they get it from. Then come back and then tell me your findings. If it's something that is healthy to be drawn or to be injected into the skin. So come back and then tell me what your findings are. I don't think if you find out, because most people, the thing is that people get carried away by what trends. Like, because you see somebody doing something and to you it looks beautiful, you must have it done on YouTube without finding out what the things are made of. Mark says, I'm not joking, it's medical ink. All right, it's medical ink. So what is this medical ink made from? So you try to find out. Just find out what is the tattoo ink made from. What are the products? What are the composition of a tattoo ink? And what does it, how does it, just find out, please. And then come back and tell me. I'm not condemning anybody that has tattoo, guys. If you have tattoo, you're wonderful, you're beautiful, but do you want to have some more? Before you have some more on your skin, go find out what the ink is made of. Go find out what products, the composition of the ink, what they use in making the ink of a tattoo, if it's actually good for the skin. And come back and tell me. I see people drawing it up to their faces. I don't understand that one. Like, I'm trying to understand why you have to like draw mark on you. God gave you a fine face, beautiful face, then you're destroying it with ink. When I see people with face tattoos, I'm always I feel like you're mentally ill. I always think maybe at some point this person wasn't okay, even though you at present you're behaving very well. I just feel like maybe you lost some of the knots in your head. Your brain was, some of the knots were loose. That's why you went ahead to like draw something on your face. What for? What for? Navuru says, why do you use skincare items? Yeah, I do. I do use. Why did you ask? I do use skincare. So if you're on this live, you want to go have a tattoo. I want you to do one thing for me before you have your next tattoo, or if you already schedule an appointment. Make sure that you find out the composition of a tattoo ink, where it is derived from, and then come back and tell me before you go have that tattoo on your skin again. I'm not condemning you. So that's that for me, guys. Thank you for the love. Thank you, guys. Please like the live. People that are just tuning in for the first time, or you just seeing me for the first time. My name is Progress. I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. You must have heard about Nigeria. That's where I'm from. I've never left my country before. Subscribe to the channel, please. And here we talk about everything, like trending topics, social, political, anything. We talk about it here. Nuvu says, love from India. Oh, thank you. My love from Nigeria to you. My love from Nigeria to you, Navuru Jivanraj. Why are we not married already? Because the men over here, they have bad character. Bad character. Like, you see, we have so many men. Let me talk about this marriage thing, okay? People be like, oh, why you not married? Why you not, you know? The thing is that you see men, we have men, okay? But when it comes to marriage, you don't have men. If you want to do fling fling, we have men that you can deal with that, you do that with. But when it comes to marriage, most of them are not marriageable. Like, they're not people that I can live with. So that's why you see ladies, they live up to 30s, not that they're not good enough, or not that they don't qualify to be married, but unfortunately, okay, especially the good ladies, unfortunately, it's always like, they meet the wrong guys. That's why they're not married. All right, so that's why they're not married. So it's not their fault. And to any lady out there, if you're hearing me right now, I know, especially where we're from, once you turn 30, everybody's like, oh, your neck, oh, why you not married? Like the other day, someone was like telling me, Progress, when if you have a child, no, you should now. When will you have a child? Well, man, I don't care. The truth is, you don't just have a child because you want to have a child, or you don't want to be married because you just want to be married. Except you just want to be married because girls just want to be married, and that's why they rush in and then come out. All right, they rush in 2 months, 1 week, a year. They're out of their marriages. Personally, I will never. Once I'm married, I'm married. It's for life, for better, for worse. So why are we not married? We've not found the right person yet. Okay, that's just it. What's my opinion on Epstein? My opinion is simply, I'm not surprised. What happened in Epstein, call it file release, is what the powerful, the rich, the well connected in this world do. The billionaires, the trillionaires, that's what they do. As a matter of fact, if you want to explore, like, or call it investigate or research on sex trafficking, sorry, sex industry, and the drug thing, you find out that it's always run by the very wealthy, the very connected, the policymakers, the presidents, the people that are in power, position of power. So I'm not surprised. But the only shock I have when it comes to Epstein file release is that, he messed up with kids, which is very, very abnormal. It's very wrong. But Seb, talk about prostitution and all those things. It's their way of life. The world, that's what they do. Codedly. That's what they do. So I'm not surprised. Which I said, I think about sweet chocolate when I beg, please. I want to get married. Please. People should leave me alone. So that's just it, the Navuru. That's my opinion. That's what the rich people do. Because number one, who's going to ask them, query them, what are you doing? They always act as if they are above the law. And especially if they have the connection to, call it, the government of the day. You know. Another thing is that why they kind of have a little immunity, or call it some form of immunity, when it comes to if they have connection to the government of the day. Why they have immunities, most of the elections that brought the governments of the day into power are being sponsored by these people. So how are you gonna condemn somebody that helped you to be where you are? How are you going to condemn the person? You have to play along. You have to play, you're having a blind eye towards their activities, even when you're not going to arrest them. You don't need to bring them out because already people know, oh, you're associated with this person. So Epstein file. I'm not surprised. It's what happens. It's what happens. If you want to invest, every continent, every continent of this will have somebody like Epstein. Is it Jeffrey Epstein? Every continent of this, well, every country have somebody like that. Just that theirs is not exposed or brought to book yet, or brought to uh, the public yet. So that's just it. Any other question? You can ask me another question, but don't ask me personal, guys. I don't like personal questions on my live stream. I don't like personal questions on my live stream. I feel bad victims. Okay, talk about victims. I I feel bad victims. Talk about the victims. You know, when you come about, talk about victims, like the children, yes, they were victims, but the children, most of the children now are adults. Most of the children now are adults, and some of them are coming out to give testimonies against, or about what happens to them. I agree. They have every right to do that. But you're not gonna point an accusing finger only to this Epstein of a guy. Alright? You're not gonna point an accusing finger to Epstein only. You all equally should point an accusing finger to your parents for being bad parents, for parenting you badly. As a child, alright, I don't know what kind of, I said it earlier here. As a child, or as a parent instead, you have the right, God gave you children, and your duty as a parent is to protect, nurture, provide, lead, guide your child, isn't it? That's your responsibility as a good parent. And if you fail in those responsibilities, then you're not a good parent. You're not qualified to be a parent. You're not supposed to. It's not everybody is supposed to be parents anyway. So you're not supposed to be parents. So for children to find themselves at Epstein Island, Epstein whatever houses or parties or whatever, I don't know what they do there. And these children happens to be children that were supposed to be under the care of their guardians, under the care of their parents, but they are being released or hand over or trafficked to Epstein place, to whatever happened to them to happen to them. They have to blame their parents too. They have to blame their guardians too. They have to blame whoever they lived with, whoever that was standing there as a guardian for them. All right. I know I've heard some stories. They say some children were smuggling from, neighboring countries. How did that happen? I don't know. Somebody has to be blamed. Whoever that released those children to face what they face has to be blamed too, and not just Epstein. Okay, that's my take. That's my take. That's what I think, guys. I don't know if it hurts somebody's feeling. I apologize. That's what I just feel. That's my own opinion. But I hope I didn't get toes. Because most people expecting me to say, he was a bad person. Okay, Navu. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your participation in the chat and your contributions. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a great day, night. Thank you. So guys, if you're tuning in, this is Prostoryline. I'll be going. Oh, it's already 2 hours. I think I have to like go off. Let me take time to appreciate everybody. It's been like how many days I've not tuned in, streamed. Thank you so much, every person, every individual. Canary, my top fan, thank you so much for tuning in, for all the contributions, for always making it lively. Thank you, Navuru. Thank you, Richardson. Everybody that tuned in today, I really appreciate you. For all the new subscribers, thank you so very much. It is 2 hours string as at now, so I have to like go. I have to chill, relax, enjoy myself, and take a nap. Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. See you next time. Bye.